Hello, welcome to Tarot by the Moons. Tasha here. Hello my loves. Hi everybody, how you all doing? It's been a little while again. Apologies for that, and thank you all for your patience and your continued love and support. I hope you can tell from my voice I'm starting to feel a lot better. I've come back a bit. I'm still waiting for some news regarding my health and scans and what have you. It's going to take some time, but I'm feeling a lot better. So thank you all. And thank you all for your patience also. Time to come on and do a reading. High time. We're in the Taurus season, so happy birthday to any of my Taurus, lovely Taurians out there. I myself am a Taurus rising. Absolutely love Taurus season. It's just great. So also eclipse season, so we've got a lot going on. All wonderful, all magical, all things to look forward to. It's definitely a time of growth. It's definitely a time of vibes coming in. Mr. Milo couldn't agree more. And use Mr. Murray as well. For any new viewers, hello, welcome, thank you. I've got two dogs here. One's called Mr. Milo, one's called Mr. Murray. They do make a little bit of noise and an appearance from time to time. This is Tarot by the Moon. This is an intuitive collective reading, so you might find that the messages really ring true with you, really sit with you. You might find that they don't, okay? It's not for any star sign in particular or anything like that. Whatever time you've put it on and watched it will be the right time for you. So I hope that makes sense. We try and do it weaving in with the astrology of the time and weaving in with the moon phases of the time. So we're still in a new moon. We're about to enter new moon in Aries today at some point. I'm not sure of the exact time, to be honest. But it's new moon in Aries we're moving into today. So that's right back to the beginning again, which is perfect for a new start. You're at Tarot by the Moon. I hope you're all with me on the next leg of the journey. There he is. There's the little boy himself. Mr. Milo, come here. Come here. So, Mr. Milo, excuse me. Here's Mr. Murray. Here's the big one. Right. Come on, lads. We're doing the tarot reading. Right. So, yeah. So, back to the beginning with the moon, because we're on a new moon. Back to the beginning with it being a new moon in Aries. We've moved into Taurus season, as I've said. So, the first week of Taurus season is a really good time for communications. It's a really good time for any big decisions, or any contracts or any signing of papers or anything like that need to get done. Try and get it done before May the 10th, actually. Now, also a good time for just chatting to people, conversations, getting to know people who perhaps further down the road are going to be more part of your life, either in business or in personal affairs. We're in that zone right now, okay? Just after Beltane, which is at the end of April into the 1st of May, right up to the first the first phase of the moon, which we're still in, up till around about the 10th of May, I'd say, is the best time for all of those sorts of things. So I hope that helps. Let's go in with a lovely, lovely reading. Now, as we always do here at Tarot by the Moon, I'm going to call in the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading for the collective, for the whole planet, for the actual planet itself, for Mother Gaia, for all of the plant life that supports us and teaches us, for all of the animal life that supports us and teaches us, aquatic life, the birds, the insects, the bacterial life, all of it. The life we don't even understand, the things in between that we don't are yet to understand and discover. Let us bring in nothing but the highest vibration of love for ourselves, for all of it, for anyone involved in this reading. Radical compassion and love, and only radical compassion and love. And so it is. Now, straight away, these ones. Good Old Crystal Power by Jane Wallace. Let's see what's coming up for you guys. Now, I'll just explain briefly in case there are any new viewers watching, and just to refresh your heads. This is what I call my Alimon Spread. So I initially take 4 cards out. The reading goes in 4 sections. It's air, fire, earth. Air, water, fire and earth. The air represents our mental states and our mind and our thought processes. The water represents our emotions, our heart, how we're feeling, and all of those sorts of things. The fire represents our creativity, our passion, and our willpower. And then the earth will represent our how we're getting things done on the day-to-day, how we're filtering that through, and what is actually manifesting here in the earth plane. Hope that makes sense. It seems to be working. And thank you all for sticking with me once again. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It's just a way of following me. There's no catch whatsoever. I never ask for money on this channel at all. So, you know, please don't hold back. Please hit subscribe. It's really easy to do. It's just a way of keeping notified. You'll always know when a new video's going on and things like that. Hit the bell and do it. Please do it. It's helping me to grow this channel and make dreams come true straight away. Okay, there's our first card out, my loves. Now, also for the new viewers, I only ever take the flippers and the folders out because that's just the way I roll, and Spirit's eager to speak today. There we are. There's a full card straight away. Okay. Excuse me, my loves. Dry throat. I haven't had a dry throat all day, but it's a very good sign when I get this during a reading. Something's trying to come up. Just take a little sip of tea, excuse me. Right, Three of Swords, my darlings. Right, Three of Swords is coming up in our area of air. Mental, yeah, excuse me, mental health, thought processes and all of that sort of thing. Where we're at in our heads. Where's our heads at? Basement Jacks, where's your head at? Where's your head at? Okay, don't let the walls cave in on you. They're giving me a song there, my loves. If you look it up, Basement Jacks. Don't let the walls cave in on you. We can't live on without you. Okay. Interestingly, it's a very appropriate song they've given me there because this. Oh, excuse me. Some things over there. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of energy here. Right. Okay. They say when you're knocking things over, this is an imbalance in the air, element of air, and this couldn't be more true when I'm looking at this card because I won't lie to you guys, this is a very heavy energy card. It's the Three of Swords. It's a lot to do with grief. It's a lot to do with a heartbreak, a betrayal and a loss of trust. And whoever it is going through that and their thought processes, and if that's what's going on for you and you're relating to that, my darlings, I'm just sending you out a whole lot of love there because that is a very, very heavy energy. It's causing you to feel very imbalanced. It's causing you possibly to behave out of character and not be quite yourself at all, I want to say. Things that you might, I want to say, is really strong. It feels like things that you were dreaming about, dreams that you were holding a vision for seem to be feeling like they're slipping away from somebody here. Okay, it's throwing you right off balance, whatever it is. Something's happened out of the blue, I feel, for somebody. Something's happened out of the blue and like a rug's been pulled out from under somebody here. Now, also my camera's flashing on there. I can see now as I'm saying that there's a very strong energy here. Back to the lyrics, they just show me the lyrics of that song again. We can't live on without you. If that is how you are feeling, my loves, make sure you reach out. Make sure you reach out to somebody, talk to a trusted friend or somebody that you trust. I'm always here. If you did reach out to me, I can always point you in the right direction of professional help. There are always people who are willing to listen. There are incredible people out there in the world, incredible volunteers. It doesn't cost any money at all or anything like that, who will listen to you, who will understand, who will try their best to understand, even though your problems are unique to you, of course, and put you on the path to healing again, my darling. So if you are relating to that, whoever that is, please get in touch, or get in touch with somebody that you trust, okay? Sending you a whole lot of healing there. Please stick with us through the reading, because this reading, as well as a reading, well, like all readings really, are actually a healing within themselves as well, okay? Or at least part of your healing. I'm going to move on. Nine of Cups. Now this has come up in our area of water and how we're feeling and what have you, right? This is our emotions. Nine of Cups is all about self-care. It's all about self-improvement. It's all about really getting into the flow of life again. So these these two energies might seem to be a little bit at odds. It's like as if you're doing all of the work, you're doing all of the self-care, perhaps you're doing, you know, all of the stuff to get yourself fitter, mind, body and spirit, you're doing all the self-improvement, you're actually doing all of that, and it is making you feel better, but sometimes in your head you're getting a little bit lost there. Sometimes in your head it just still seems very unfair or very confusing or very difficult. Okay, I'm gonna say something here that I don't believe I've ever said in one of these readings before. I feel like there's something to do you with feeling sort of like you're up one minute and down the next, a kind of a bipolar energy. It's okay. A lot of people go through that, more people than you realise, probably people that you even look up to and think look like they got their lives together and they've got everything going on, actually struggling in those ways more than you know as well. So don't feel like you're alone, I want to say. Don't feel like it's beyond dealing with, because it really isn't. And don't feel like it has to be an obstacle to you for your entire life, because what I'm seeing here is that you have actually made a lot of self-improvements. You have actually moved forward. You've healed so much with that Nine of Cups. It's incredible. You need to, you know, perhaps stop and take stock of how far you've actually come here, because you've come a long, long way, baby. Again, fat boy slim there now. You've come a long way, baby. But you really have. You have done all that self-improvement. You have done the work. You have integrated a lot of shadow and things like that. And there's still space that you're holding as well. You're still holding space to improve even more. And that is incredible. And that is to your credit. And whenever you're feeling like your head's playing tricks on you a little bit, or things have been very disappointing or very, very, very difficult to deal with, which is nothing to do with you or your head or anything else, it's just life circumstances that have been appallingly difficult, please take a deep breath and try and remember how far you've come, because it's a long way. And by focusing on how far you've come instead of on how far there still is to go because of these setbacks, you'll find you'll shift along a lot quicker. Hope that makes sense to somebody, my love. I'm feeling that very strongly for you, whoever that is. Seven of Swords coming up in our area of creativity, fire, passions, drives. Now, Seven of Swords often tells us somebody around us is behaving suspiciously or sneakily, but in this instance, I don't feel like it's showing us that. I feel like it's showing us that it's not all about that energy. It can be about that, but in this reading, it's not. And one of the meanings of the Seven of Swords is actually about having to find a different way to do things. So it's about like the positive side of sneaky energy in a way. So it's like you have to be sneaky sometimes. Another way of thinking of being sneaky is like it's just creativity. It's like creative problem solving or something, that you have to think of a different way to do something than the obvious way. And you will, if you can bring yourself to a state of calm and balance, okay, and you can remember how far you've come. You're not going to let go of those 9 cups easy after how hard you've worked for it, okay? After how hard you've worked for your self-esteem and your pride and all of that, you know, and your health, your balance, your mind, body, and spirit. You're not going to let it go quickly. You're just going to need to think very creatively and very outside the box. Okay, and that doesn't come like there's no switches there that we can switch on and go, all right, I've switched on my thinking outside the box switch now. What am I going to do about XYZ problems? It doesn't work like that. What happens is you let it go. You have to let it go from inside. You have to leave it with spirit, and you have to trust that the answers will come. And when the answers come, or the indicators towards those answers come, they might seem very counterintuitive at first, but if you just drop in and you do some deep breathing or whatever it is, techniques you use to relax, you know, I've always recommended to you guys, it's just simple, the 3 lotus belly, fill your belly up and release, and fill your belly up 3 times, okay? like this, okay? And slow your breathing down and relax for a while. Drop into your heart. You will know that even though those things indicators seem counterintuitive, those are the indicators that you need to think outside the box and find a different way out of these situations or obstacles than perhaps you thought you were going to take, than perhaps you thought was obvious, okay? And you will. This is a sure indicator that you will. It wouldn't be there if you weren't going to figure that out. Okay, my darlings, have some faith. Six of Cups coming in our earth element there. This is a lovely energy. This is all about love. Not just romantic love, although it can be romantic love. It's also a nostalgic sort of energy. So it's often about childhood friends, childhood sweethearts, or somebody that you've been holding a candle for a long time. Memories, fond memories. It can be family, it can be your favourite cousins, you know, it could be work colleagues from long ago that you're still very fond of and you have happy memories of. It's that kind of energy. When it comes to love, when it comes to serious romance, it's very often linked to past life energy. So if there's somebody on your radar that you sort of think you've had that inkling about, then it's probably true when this comes up. If you've got somebody on your radar as far as love's concerned, and you're thinking, oh, I feel like I've known them before, or I'm having that deja vu feeling, or I'm having that, yeah, there probably is something in that then, you know, there probably is a link to a past life there with this card coming up. But what I'm feeling here is, if we can navigate, wherever you are, my darling, if you can navigate what we've just talked about here, okay? If you can, and you will, is what I'm being shown, you absolutely will, then there's going to be love manifested, there's going to be ease in your relations, there's going to be happy times, there's going to be nostalgia, there's going to be fond memories. I feel like you're going to be making memories more than looking back at memories, if that makes sense. I feel like it's more about making new memories here in context of this reading. Once we've overcome these challenges and these creative problem solving and holding on to what you've gained with that beautiful Nine of Cups energy. I hope that helps and I hope it makes sense. I'm just going to do a shuffle from here a minute as well. These are the Tarot of the Northern Shadows. Now let's see what's coming up out there today. Just give them 3 like that and then I'll shuffle. Guardian angels, very grateful to you. There we go. Somebody's waiting for a message and somebody's going to get a message and it's going to be very, very good news. It's going to come in quicker than you think as well. Oh, there we are. Perfect. There's 4 all together now. So, okay. Brilliant. Okay, and then that one came out too. It's another 6, right? Perfect. I'll come back to that. Yeah, Page of Cups. Somebody's waiting for a message here. I feel as well, like, I want to say, because it's come up in the area of air, and I don't think I've ever said this before either, because it's come up in the area of air, and that's about our thought processes and our mental states and everything, I feel like somebody's getting like telepathic messages, or there's a telepathic link that's growing between 2 people here, very strongly, 2 or more. You might, because if you're feeling like your telepathic powers are growing, then it won't just be to one person, although you might notice that there's a particular bond with one person that sort of starts you off with it. But I feel like there's almost a telepathic knowing that you're having around certain issues. And those were those very, very heavy issues we talked about at the beginning. I want to say messages from Spirit as well seem to be coming through to you quite clearly. And maybe you've sort of questioned that, and that has made you feel a little bit off-kiltered in your mind. Maybe you've questioned that. You've questioned whether you're actually sort of going gaga or something like that. You're not. You're absolutely not. However, if you do not feel balanced and able and ready enough in yourself to receive those sorts of powerful messages and to translate them and to integrate them in your life, then you can ask Spirit to guide you to tune them out for now until you feel it in a better place, until you feel a lot more balanced within yourself and things like that. Now, we're moving on to, but I feel as well, some of these 2 pages here, somebody's waiting for a message, very much so, very like eagerly, sort of driving you a little bit crazy even. What's going to happen is you're not just going to get one, whatever it is you're waiting for. If you're waiting for an offer of some kind, if you're looking for love, if you're looking for employment or something like that, whatever it is you're looking for, you're not just going to get one offer, you're going to get like 2 or more all at once when it does come in, is what I'm being shown. They'll be quite different, and they'll be obviously good and bad both ways. Don't drive yourself crazy. That's what I'm getting you, because it's this element of being driven a bit crazy. Don't drive yourself crazy deciding which one, because I've got these 2 pages here, they're quite different from each other. Same, but they're the same, but they're different, okay? They're both sincere, they're just both very different. So, I mean, there won't be no right or wrong answer there. Just do not drive yourself too crazy. Overthinking it is what I'm being shown. Just go with it. Just go with it, okay? Obviously, weigh up the pros and cons. It's perfectly natural. It's what we all do. And then you should just go with it, okay? It almost feels like there may be, for somebody here as well, there may be like a rivalry in a love situation. Like 2 people seeking your attention. And maybe you don't want to give attention to either of them. Maybe you just want to bring your attention back to yourself and your own projects for a little while until you feel stable and sure of what you're doing going ahead. But I feel like that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. It's like, you know what people say, oh, you wait for a bus and then all the buses turn up at once. It's like that kind of a thing. But it's applying to something a lot bigger in life. The next card that came up was the Death card, and it's followed by the Tower, and they've worked together perfectly in tandem many times in tarot readings since time immemorial, no doubt. So the Death card is about something coming to an end and letting go of something, and the Tower card is also about something crumbling, something falling apart and falling away, and you need to get away from the situation before it becomes damaging for you. Now, that's come up in our area of emotions, Death card, in the water element. So something needs to be let go of you, my loves, alright? You'll know what it is. It's no small thing, whatever it is. It's something big, it's something heavy, it's something that you've been holding on to for a long time. It could be anything. It could be grief itself. It could be looking back in anger. It could be negative emotions that you're trying to heal, and go easy on yourself. The fact that you're recognizing that you need to let them go or that they need to be healed is a start in itself, all right? It's not easy. You don't just go, yeah, I've decided I want to let that XYZ go now, and then wake up and it's gone. It doesn't work like that, and we all know that. Or if we don't, we learn it the hard way. Like I said at the beginning, if it's something that heavy, please reach out. There's always people that will help you and will listen to you and guide you along that path. Alright, it's all part of human experience. Some decisions that we have to make and some things that we have to process and go through seem very, very, very unfair in life. There's no rhyme or reason to it that we can see. However, go through them we must, my darlings. So hold on tight, because there's something here that somebody needs to let go of, and it's not easy. It really isn't. But you will. You'll do it. You'll find the courage and the strength to do it. It's backed up with that 9 of Cups, showing us and reminding us once again just how far you've come, okay? Another cup and you'll have the whole set. You'll have the whole 10 cups. So don't give up yet, okay? Also that Tower coming in with the 7 of Swords, about finding a new way to solve problems and a new way to overcome things. The crumbling tower. Easy for me to say, well, just get out the way of the falling masonry. Too obvious, perhaps you can't get out the way of it. Maybe there's a boundary in your way, maybe there's a boulder in your way, maybe there's, you know, obviously it's not that easy or you'd be doing it. There must be sneakier sort of creative ways that you're thinking of to remove yourself from that tower situation. When a tower comes along, this is something big, a massive change that needs to happen in your life. A massive, massive change. Once you've moved that out the way or got out the way of it, okay, as big as it is, it's not undoable. It wouldn't be coming up yet otherwise. It's doable. You just have to take a massive deep breath and have faith. And don't forget to ask for help if you need help and support. And move forward. You're going to find the opportunities that you're looking for are going to come in. But you need to shift that energy first. Because the Page of Discs is all about an opportunity of a material nature very often, of a practical nature, of a down-to-earth, very down-to-earth sort of nature. It's all about discs, it's all about growth. It's very entrepreneurial, it's very creative, very business-minded, and all of those sorts of things. So there's an amazing opportunity coming in for you. If you can overcome that, you need to let go of this death energy and this tower energy, my darlings, okay? Hope that helps for somebody, and I hope that makes sense. It's coming through very, very strongly for me today. Now, weirdly, for some reason, I have been very strongly called, and I hope whoever sent me they know who they are, sent me these booties at Christmas time, the Los Garebo Shaman's Tarot, wanted to come in today. Now, I've not used them before because they're so weird and unusual, to be honest with you. They're not your average tarot, and they're quite confusing to work with, as in, yeah, you'll see what I mean now. They don't really, they're on their own, yeah. They're a wonderful deck. I've been working with them personally since I've had them, really, 4 or 5 months now. But today they were screaming at me that this is the first time I've used them on the channel. Now, I will have to refer to the little book because, like I say, it's pretty much nothing like a normal tarot. And see what comes up, my beautifuls. What I'm going to do though, I'm only going to take one, okay, because literally it's going to blow our minds otherwise. And thank you from the bottom of my heart to beautiful souls who sent me these as well. It was so wonderful to receive these at Christmas time, I can tell you now. Absolutely made my day when I got these. It really did. So see what's coming up. A lot of energy wants to be shifted here today, Tarot by the Moon. Now, if you're enjoying this, please give me a like, please give me a thumbs up. It means absolute world to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's the only way I'm going to grow this channel. Also, please give me a share on any social media platforms you can, because I'm absolutely rubbish to that stuff. I'm actually still locked out of my Facebook account. So if anyone can do that for me, I'll be so grateful. What's this? Now see, just show you the image a minute. I mean, 10 of bows. Just show you the image. You talk that up as well, because you might get something here that I'm not seeing, even because they are so new to me and so unusual. All right, I'm going to look at the little book, my darlings, to see how that ties in with it all for us today. 10 of bows. Right. Ten of bows. Losing oneself. What did I say at the beginning? Painful but therapeutic detachment. Problems that can no longer be ignored. Conclusions of a cycle. Hostility. It's exactly, thank you Spirit Guides, thank you Guardian Angels, because literally how that, I mean, I'll read it again. If you've been paying attention to the whole reading, I mean, I don't even think I need to explain it very much, but I will get into it with you now. Number 10, painful but therapeutic detachment, problems that can no longer be ignored, conclusion of a cycle, hostility. Now then, I said to you tonight, something very painful here. something that you're trying to sort out that we can't ignore, that we shouldn't ignore, all right? Something making somebody feel, what did I say at the beginning? Like everything's upside down, like everything's turned on its head, like all of the dreams and aspirations that you had, like a rug's been pulled from under you. It's making you feel hostile. It's making you feel negative towards situations. It's making you question how far you've actually come, which is miles, by the way. Something that needs to come to an end, for sure, backed up by that death card and that tower card there. Painful but therapeutic detachment. What else did I say? We need to sometimes remove ourselves. Sometimes we need to take a step back. Sometimes we need to stop. We need to ask Spirit to show us how to do that. Okay, until we're fit enough to come back to working with Spirit again, etc. Therapeutic detachment. I've said it several times throughout the reading, and I'll say it again. If anybody is feeling in that kind of mental anguish and pain, please reach out. I will point you in the right direction of wonderful people who are more than happy to help, okay, and listen. That's incredible. But what I do see here as well is that though this figure in the image is upside down, and all those stairs are upside down, a lot of the figures are upside down. Okay, it's like a whole world has been turned up on its head there for this person, sort of having this flash of fire and dreaming this. But what I do see here as well is there's this one figure that's the right way round, and that's this bird above. It kind of reminds me of the phoenix. It kind of reminds me of the phoenix rising from the ashes kind of energy. Once you've done this therapy, this therapeutic detachment, once you've come back out the other side of it, you're going to soar. You are going to soar like that bird there at the top. You're going to soar and rise above all of this. And you will find that we can turn it all around, okay? Now when we look at it that way round, look what has happened. Like I say, I hardly know these cards. I hardly know them. I'm just sharing this with you. As we've turned that around, this situation will turn around once we've been done this solving of the problems that we've chatted about earlier on and everything. Look what's happened. Does that not look just like Phoenix sort of energy? Once we've turned it around. And there is the magic of Spirit guiding us through this reading, my loves. Okay? Please absorb that energy. Please realise, never mind how bad and disappointing and hard things have been to get through, it can be turned around. It can be turned around, and it will be turned around. Alright, all it needs for you to do is to take the advice the Spirit is offering you here today. Okay, because you are more than capable of it. You are more than capable of it. You've already shown us that, shown yourselves that with that Nine of Cups energy. You've already shown us that right throughout your life is what I'm being shown you. Okay, very, very much so. I'm going to leave him that way round because I prefer him in the reverse, actually, if you see what I mean, in the middle there, my darlings. And I'm going to ask, Spirit wants me to do these romance angels. Now, it might not pertain to romance, but let's see what comes up, because I don't feel like this is a very romantic reading. Although sometimes issues concerning our personal life and our love life can cause us to have very difficult feelings to navigate. So I'm just going to carry on like I have all the way through, just as I'm being guided to. Seems to be working so far, and I'm truly grateful for that. And Spirit guides, guardian angels, and to each one of you for sticking with me as well. Right, attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. So it's about very much being in the moment, isn't it? And maybe you are trying to attract romantic love, and that makes perfect sense to you. But even if you're not trying to attract romantic love as such, just trying to get life back on track, I'm thinking of. Just that in itself would be, when that's what you need in life, that's like as good as falling in love, really, isn't it? You know, just getting life where it needs to be. Sometimes we over worry about things, we overthink things. We go speeding ahead with all of that sort of thing. Instead of just being in the present moment, there's a lot of healing to be done in the present moment. So let's bear that in mind. I've just remembered, do you know what? It's reminded me actually, I know what this is now. I've got to share with you guys something amazing. Right, so you all know that I've lost several friends of mine have gone over to the other side in the last year or so, yeah. One in particular was also my neighbour. I went into his old house last week and I actually saged his house before the keys were handed over to the new people going in there. And I was given a whole load of stuff that was meant for me that I hadn't had before, and that, like, literally there's so much stuff. All of it is fascinating, interesting, magical, you name it. I mean, wow, it's such a magical inheritance, and there's so much stuff that I've got in there that I could show you and talk to you about. All sorts, from hallucinogenic tea to a witch's broom to pestles and mortars to books on various subjects that are absolutely fascinating. But one thing that was in my magical hoard there was a poem that I'd always loved that was up on the wall there. I'm going to fetch it and I'm going to read it out to you guys. Please bear with me, I'll be 2 minutes. Should have brought it at the beginning, I forgot. The angel reminded me. I'm back. Now the interesting thing about that as well was that a day before I was asked to go in and sage and given all of this stuff, I actually had a dream about my friend wearing a Santa suit. So there you go. Obviously he's presenting himself as Santa Claus because he knew I had all these presents coming off him. It was up. You can probably see it like this, yeah. It's sort of like an old-fashioned bit of parchment. I've got to get a nice frame for it. It's called, many of you may have heard it, okay, but I'm going to read it out to you. It's called The Desiderata, and it's by Max Herman, 1927. And it says this: "Go placidly among the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence, as far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons, for they are vexations to the spirit." That made me laugh. That's another story. "If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be others, greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment it is perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars, and you have a right to be you. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labours and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful, strive to be happy." Okay, my loves, just wanted to share that with you. I feel like that angel card there reminded me to bring this poem in, actually. There's a few lines there about nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness, and that's very much about living in the moment, staying in the moment, not overthinking the future, not over worrying and bringing negative energy to us that we don't need. I just laugh at that loud. Avoid loud and regret for their vexations to the spirit as well. He knows why. But it's wonderful, and whenever I've read it, he used to have it up on his mantelpiece there. Whenever I've read it, I just feel, if you're in a bit of a bad mood or you're struggling or something like that, just lightens everything, puts you on a nice sort of path again. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars, and you have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be. I'll leave it at that, my darlings. Just wanted to share that with you. The Desiderata. And I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for your patience. Hope you've enjoyed. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. Please leave me a comment in the box below. It means the absolute world to me. Please get in touch with me. Anything I can do to help anyone. I'm here. I'm listening. And all of the love. I'll be back soon. I won't leave it so long next time. All of the love and all of the light.